Sigma boys are some of the most intellectual and intense kids you will ever meet. They are analytical, alert, and driven by a complex inner vision of how things will or could be. Their scarcity can make them feel misunderstood and isolated. They are independent and pragmatic, which can make them appear more mature or grown up than their peers. Parents may feel curious yet concerned about their Sigma child. These children are known for their high IQs, rich imaginations, and complex thoughts, but they still retain many of their own visions and ideas. This can leave parents wanting to know more, worrying that their child is too serious or spending too much time on their own. These needy children have countless gifts and talents, but they are often misunderstood by their peers and parents who are unfamiliar with such a rare personality. Young Sigmas often have advanced vocabularies, read earlier than their peers, and work hard to achieve goals and understand new ideas. They are extremely curious and will ask why and how about anything that interests or confuses them. This brings us to one of the earliest childhood difficulties a Sigma may face: misunderstood curiosity. 1. Misunderstood curiosity. Sigma males are extremely independent and curious, even as children. They are eager to understand why things are the way they are and want to know the underlying truth behind every rule. They lack an innate sense of respect for authority and are unlikely to agree to anything just because someone older than them says so. They will want to know the logic and reasoning behind decisions, rules, and statements. They may be perceived as argumentative children, when in fact their questions and challenges are an integral part of their learning. This can lead to over-discipline from parents who expect them to accept their leadership without question. Sigmas do not always view debate as a form of fighting or a sign of disrespect. To them, debate is another way of learning. They discard all social norms and irrelevant aspects in search of the fundamental truth of any subject or rule. As children, they may often feel stifled by parents or teachers who are offended by their questions and discussions and see them as signs of dishonesty or rudeness. The truth is that Sigma males are often rule-abiding and follow whatever rules they deem reasonable, but they need clear, logical reasons for following those rules before they apply them to their lives. Alone time. 2. Need for alone time. Sigma males are very reserved individuals who need to retreat into their own world and consider diverse perspectives and theories. If Sigma males grow up surrounded by extroverts who push them to socialize too often or have schedules that are overloaded with social and group activities, they will not be able to access their rich creativity and imagination in a way that makes them feel natural and alive. This does not mean that all Sigma males want to become hermits and live alone in dark caves. They enjoy interacting with others and are often socially skilled, but they are more reserved than most people and will need to spend a lot of time alone. Even at a very young age, many Sigma toddlers enjoy finding hiding places, closets, plants, quiet corners, where they can escape and retreat into their own minds. Overstimulation. 3. Overstimulation. They are extremely sensitive to external stimuli, such as noise, light, and interruptions. While extroverts have an easier time multitasking and cope with noise and interruptions around them, Sigma males find interruptions more aggravating and extremely stressful. This sensitivity can affect their performance and mood, making it important for them to have a controlled environment when working or thinking. Misinterpreted perspectives. 4. Misinterpreted perspectives. Their intuition naturally sees things from multiple angles and perspectives. While others may hear a statement and understand it in its most common context, Sigma men often see many possible meanings. What may seem obvious to others may be less obvious to Sigmas. This can make communication difficult because their unique way of processing information may not always fit into common understanding. Integration. 5. Intimidation and difficulty fitting in. Sigma boys can have difficulty fitting in, especially in elementary school where teachers are often the ones adapting their lessons to the other students. Some Sigmas are bullied or teased in elementary school. Sigmas generally have a more mature appearance than other children, and as a child, they may view their peers as loud, superficial, and unlikable. They often focus on more complex ideas and topics than other children their age and can become bored when talking to other children. Sigma boys are often seen as loners at school and prefer to spend time reading or thinking about their own thoughts rather than socializing with other children, unless they find one or two very close friends. Unfortunately, their unusual personalities can lead to them being bullied, teased, or seen as strange by other children. This can also lead to feelings of loneliness and isolation, as young Sigmas may be led to believe that they are a mistake or that they must fit into a more general mold. It is extremely important that Sigma parents praise the things that make them unique and show that they value their ideas and intelligence. Perfectionism 6. The Sigma male and perfectionism. This independent personality has very high standards that can be overwhelming. They are extremely goal-oriented and can be obsessive about achieving them. They don't care about doing well in school unless the subject really interests them. When it comes to subjects that interest them, Sigma males can become completely absorbed in trying to create the perfect project, essay, or piece of art. This can lead to frustration and anger if they don't meet their high expectations. Sometimes, Sigma teens can feel overwhelmed by the immense pressure they put on themselves. They yearn to be exceptional in their areas of interest, and the idea of mediocrity frustrates them. Emotions 7. Emotions. They tend to internalize their emotions and are very secretive about their feelings. Parents or friends who try to encourage them to open up may be frustrated, as this can cause Sigmas to become even more reserved and withdrawn. They are not able to express their emotions outwardly and can be very difficult for others to decipher. Young Sigmas may be forced to explain themselves more than they would like when confused observers ask them, "What's wrong with you?" This can be very frustrating for young Sigmas, who may be thinking about the last book they read or trying to decide what they want to eat. As parents, it is important to show your child that you value their analytical thinking style. Parents should also avoid forcing children to have emotional conversations if they are not ready. Sigmas may feel attacked or suffocated if they are forced to talk about feelings they would rather keep to themselves. If a Sigma decides to talk to you about their feelings or emotions, it is best to listen as quietly as possible without interjecting additional thoughts or questions. Being truly listened to means a lot to Sigmas, and is one of the most important traits they look for in relationships and friendships. Conclusional Sigma males often lead in IQ scores, intelligence, and the ability to understand complex theories. They can also struggle with being misunderstood and feeling isolated as children. It is important for parents to nurture their child's unique abilities, need for alone time, and need to understand many why and how questions. Make sure you listen to your Sigma. Give them plenty of opportunities to be creative and engage in their wonder about the world around them. Understanding and supporting their unique characteristics will help them grow and feel valued.